Hi viewers, how are you? So today we are going to discuss about acceleration. So before going to start this topic, here come to the case. Physics. Physics is the easiest subject as compared to other subjects. So here you can learn it by analyzing. So as much as you analyze, you can understand the physics very easily. So come to the case. So here before going to learn this topic or watch this video, you have to watch my previous video based on speed and velocity. So come to the case. Acceleration. What is this acceleration? Before going to start this topic, let us give an example. Let us consider that a person is traveling on a bike. Initially his speed is about 40 km per hour. After that his velocity has been decreased from 40 km per hour to 20 km per hour. After that here the velocity has been decreased. So this decrease in the velocity is being represented as change in the velocity in a given time. That represents acceleration. So here now a body is traveling along the path. Observe that it is traveling along the path P, Q and R. Initially at point P the velocity is v1 bar. As it reaches to Q, its velocity has been changed to v2 bar. Observe that the velocity has been changed from v1 to v2. This change in the velocity in a given time delta t represents acceleration. So here now let us define this acceleration. So here acceleration is nothing but change in velocity in a given time is called acceleration. Change in velocity in a given time is called acceleration. Whereas here the acceleration is being represented by as a bar. Why? Because since here we are representing as change in the velocity. Since velocity is a vector quantity, acceleration is also represented as a vector quantity and it is represented as delta v bar by delta t. A equals to delta v bar by delta t. That represents acceleration. And here we are saying that it is a vector quantity. It is a vector. So now here already we had represented that A equals to delta V by delta T and it's a vector quantity. Whereas its unit is meter per second square. Unit is a meter per second square. And its dimensional formula is m to the power of 0 L T to the power of minus 2. M to the power of 0, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 2. This is the dimensional formula for acceleration. Now we have to represent the change in velocity based on this path. Here let us reverse the direction of this P velocity. Here if we reverse the direction and then it is represented like this. So here observe that v1 bar is represented here in opposite direction, whereas v2 bar is acting in this direction. Based on that, the resultant is given in between v1 bar and v2 bar, and here it gives the resultant and it is represented as delta v, where based on this delta v is equals to v2 bar minus v1 bar. Or we can also represent it as Vf bar minus Vi bar, where Vf is the final velocity and Vi is the initial velocity based on the path. Here now we are going to discuss about average acceleration. Average acceleration, where average acceleration is given as a bar equals to delta v bar by delta t, delta v bar by delta t, and it is given as v bar f bar final velocity minus initial velocity by change in the time, t suffix f minus t suffix I. It represents average acceleration. It is represented for the complete path. This average acceleration is represented for the complete path based on initial velocity and final velocity. Whereas here now we are going to discuss about instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration. So here instantaneous acceleration is nothing but the acceleration represented at a particular point that represents instant. Suppose if we represent the acceleration at point P, or if we represent the acceleration at point Q, or if we represent the acceleration at point R, means if we reduce the time interval, then we can represent it as instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration, where instantaneous acceleration is represented as a bar equals to limit of delta t tends to 0 delta v by delta t. Delta v by delta t is equals to dv by dt. dv by dt, where we know that v is equals to dx by dt, rate of change of displacement. Velocity is nothing but rate of change of displacement. If we substitute here, we get a d square x by dt square, d square x by dt square. So here, based on that, instantaneous acceleration is nothing but second derivative of displacement, second differentiation of displacement, means d square x by dt square. That now we are going to see a problem based on the instantaneous acceleration. Here come to the case, if x equals to 3t cube plus 4t square plus 3t plus 3, then find instantaneous acceleration at t equals to 2 seconds. So now we have to find the instantaneous acceleration based on this displacement equation. At what time? T equals to 2 seconds. So here for that we know that a bar is equals to d square x by dt square. A bar equals to d square x by dt square. So here if we substitute, or in order to substitute this value, first of all let us find out the velocity, where here we can find the velocity as v bar equals to dx by dt, dx by dt, or we can also write this equation as dv bar by dt, dv bar by dt. So here as you substitute this, we have d by dt of, what is the equation here? 3t cube plus 4t plus 3t plus 3, 3t plus 3. So on differentiating this equation, observe that in the case of differentiation, the power decreases by 1. So and the power comes in front of this differentiation. So here what happens is 3 into 3, 9t square, and here 4t square. So here 4 into 2, 8t plus 3, and here differentiation of constant is 0. So here we get a 0. Based on that, we can write the equation as 9t square plus 8t plus 3. So if we substitute this equation in this, here we have d by dt of 9t square plus 8t plus 3. Observe that here again the power decreases by 1. 9 2s are 18. So here we have 18t plus 8. 18t plus 8, and here differentiation of 3 is 0. Whereas now we have to find the acceleration at t equals to 2 seconds. So if we substitute t equals to 2, 18 into 2 plus 8, 18 2s are 36, 36 plus 8. So here we get a 44 meter per second square. Now let us see a problem based on average acceleration. So here observe that if x equals to 3t cube plus 4d square plus 3t plus 3, then find average acceleration at t equals to 4 seconds to t equals to 4 seconds to t equals to 2 seconds. So here observe that now we have to find the average acceleration in between 2 seconds and 4 seconds. So in order to find this, first of all we have the velocity, dx by dt is equals to d by dt of 3t cube plus 4t square plus 3t plus 3. Based on that, here we get, already we had discussed that when we differentiate a equation, the power decreases by 1. Based on that, 3 into 3, 9t square plus 8t plus 3. Based on this equation, now we have to find the initial velocity and final velocity, where the initial velocity is v suffix I equals to 9t square plus 8t plus 3. So now we have to find this initial velocity at t equals to 2 seconds. So if we substitute here, 9 into 2 square is nothing but 4, 8 into 2 plus 3. 9 4s are 36. 36 plus 8 2s are 16 plus 3. So here observe that 36 plus 16, 52. 52 plus 3, 55. 55 meter per second. Now we have to find the final velocity, where final velocity v suffix f equals to 9t square plus 8t plus 3, where we have to find the final velocity at t equals to 4 seconds. 9 into 4 square, nothing but 16 plus 8 into 4 plus 3. 69 are 144 and 8 4s are 32 plus 3. So here observe that 144 plus 32 plus 3. 144 plus 32, 176. 144 plus 32 is 176. 176 plus 3, nothing but 179 meter per second. 179 meter per second based on this. So here the time interval is changed from 2 seconds to 4 seconds. Then the acceleration, average acceleration equals to delta v bar by delta t is equals to v suffix f minus v suffix y by t2 minus t1. t2 minus t1, which is equals to vf is 179 minus 55 by 4 minus 2. So here observe that 9 minus 5, 4, 7 minus 5, 2, 1 by 2. So 2 6 2 2 7. Then here we get average acceleration is 62 meter per second square. So now let's see next problem. Find the magnitude of average acceleration of tip of minute hand of clock of length 20 centimeter. Clock of length 20 centimeter when it is rotates by pi by 2. So coming to the case, here observe that here initially the minute hand is at this position and its velocity is v1 bar, and here it rotates by an angle of pi by 2 and it attains this position, and the velocity at this position is v2 bar. Observe that here the minute hand moves with constant velocity. So based on that we can represent that the magnitude of the velocity is same in both cases. Based on that we can represent it as v1 bar equals to v2 bar equals to v, whereas it is represented by the circumference 2 pi r by t. 2 pi r by t. Come to the case. Here if we substitute the values, here we get v is equals to 2 into 3.14 into 0.2 pi, whereas the time is represented. So we have 60 into 60. 60 into 60. So here v is equals to 2 into 3.14 into 0.2 by 60 into 60. Whereas now we have to find the acceleration. Average acceleration equals to change in the velocity by time. Change in the time, delta t. What happens is the change in velocity delta v bar is equals to, also that magnitude of the velocity is same. So here if we reverse the direction of this v1 bar, then we can represent the change in velocity as resultant. Based on these two, observe that v1 bar and v2 bar are perpendicular to one another. Then the resultant is given as delta v bar equals to v root 2. V root 2. If we substitute here, we have v root 2 by, here the minute hand moved by an angle of pi by 2. Based on that we can write it as 15 minutes into 3.14 into 0.2 into root 2 by 15 into 60 into 60 into 60. So here if we solve this, we get a value of 2.25 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter per second square. 2.25 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter per second square. The next problem is a car moves due east with a speed 20 meter per second. Keeping speed constant, he turns toward north in 20 seconds. Now we have to find a change in speed, change in velocity as well as average acceleration. So here, in order to find this, now we have to draw the directions, and the directions are represented as north, south, east and west. So here the car has been started at this position and it has moved towards the east with a speed of 20 meter per second, and it turns towards north with a speed of 20 meter per second, and it moves along this direction. Now we have to represent the resultant. So come to the case of this. So here what happens is, now we have to find change in speed. So here as you observe that in the case of this, observe that initial speed and final speed are same. Based on that, the change in speed is equals to final speed minus initial speed is equals to 0. Whereas now we have to find change in velocity. Whereas the change in velocity is given as v root 2 resultant. Based on this tool, we can represent this line here. Based on that, as we compare this, the resultant is given along this line. It is represented as v root 2. So we can represent it as 20 root 2 meter per second. Whereas the direction is given based on tan theta equals to, so here we have to reverse the direction. Based on that, we can represent it as 20 by minus 20. So here we get a minus 1. Based on that, we can represent it as, we know that tan theta equals to minus 1 when it is equals to 135 degrees. So based on that, the direction is represented by an angle of 135 degrees. Now we have to represent the average acceleration, where average acceleration is given as a is equals to delta v by delta t. Here change in velocity is 20 root 2 by time is 20 seconds. So 20 and 20 gets cancelled. We have root 2 meter per second square at an angle of 135 degrees. Root 2 meter per second square at an angle of 135 degrees. Now we are going to discuss about kinematic equations. Come to the case of these kinematic equations. Now we are going to derive v equals to u plus at and s equals to ut plus half a d square as well as v square minus u square equals to 2s. Come to the case of this. Here, in order to derive this, first of all, we have to consider average acceleration, where we know that average acceleration is given as a equals to v minus u by t, change in the velocity by change in the time. Whereas change in the time is being represented by t and the change in velocity is being represented as v minus u, where u is initial velocity, v is final velocity. So here, on cross multiplying this equation, here we have a by 1. Nothing but v minus u into 1 is equals to a into t. Whereas if we substitute here, we have v equals to u plus at. V equals to u plus at. And here the next equation is, in order to derive this, we have to consider average velocity equation. Whereas average velocity equation is v plus u by 2 is equals to displacement by time. V plus u by 2 is equals to s by t. So here, if we substitute the value of v in this equation, here we get a u plus at plus u by 2 is equals to s by t. U plus u is 2u. 2u plus at by 2 is equals to s by t. Bring this t towards this side, we have s equals to 2u by 2 into t plus 1 by 2 into at square. So here 2 and 2 gets cancelled, we have s equals to ut plus half at square. S equals to ut plus half at square. Now we have to derive the third equation. In order to derive this third equation, we have to consider the average velocity once again. V plus u by 2 is equals to s by t. So here from this acceleration, we have to write time, where t is equals to v minus u by a. V minus u by a. If you substitute the value of t in this equation, we have v plus u by 2 is equals to s by v minus u by a. Then we can write it as v plus u by 2 is equals to as by v minus u. As by v minus u. So if you cross multiply this equation, we have v plus u into v minus u is equals to 2as. After that, it is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So we can write it as a square minus b square. Then we can write it as v square minus u square equals to 2as. v square minus u square equals to 2as. Now let us consider when we have to consider these equations. Here if velocity and acceleration as well as time is given, then we use this equation. If velocity and acceleration as well as time is given, then we use this equation. Suppose if final velocity is 0 and if distance or displacement is given along with initial velocity as well as acceleration and time, then we consider this equation. Suppose if time is neglected and velocities are represented along with acceleration and displacement, then we apply this equation. So here we have to remember when we have to apply each and every equation, means based on the problem given, we have to consider the equation. Now we are going to see a problem regarding these kinematic equations. The first problem is the displacement x of a particle at the instant when its velocity v is given by v equals to under root of 3x plus 16. Find its acceleration and initial velocity. Observe that here v is given as v equals to under root of 3x plus 16. So if we square this equation, we have v square equals to 3x plus 16. If we bring this 16 towards this side, we have v square minus 16 is equals to 3x. v square minus 16 equals to 3x. Observe that it is in the form of v square minus u square equals to 2as. Then we can write it as v square minus u square equals to 2as. Can we compare this equation? So in order to compare this, what we modify this equation further, v square minus 4 square is equals to, so here I am going to write it as 2 into 3 by 2 into x. If we cancel 2 and 2, again we will get a 3x. I am writing this equation as 2 into 3 by 2 into x. So if we compare these two equations, here observe that the initial velocity u is given as 4 meter per second. U is given as 4 meter per second. And here as you compare these two equations, here we get acceleration is given as a equals to 3 by 2 meter per second square, or we can also write it as 1.5 meter per second square, 1.5 meter per. Our next problem is the two ends of a train moving with uniform acceleration. The two ends of a train moving with uniform acceleration pass a certain point with velocity u and v. Find the velocity with which the middle point of the train passes the same point. Means here let us consider a point P which has crossed by the train, whereas the initial part of the body has moved with the velocity u and the final part of the train has moved with the velocity v. Whereas now we have to represent the velocity of the middle point. velocity of the middle point of the train. So here let us consider the total distance or the displacement of the train is s, which has crossed out the point P. Now up to the middle the displacement will be s by 2, and here the remaining half displacement is s by 2. So here now in order to find this, observe that he didn't represent the time in this problem. So based on that now we are going to apply the equation v square minus u square equals to 2as. So let us apply this equation to these velocities. Based on that, here observe that v dash square minus u square equals to 2 into a into s by 2, 2a s by 2. So here, whereas now if we apply the equation for these two velocities, then we can represent it as v square minus v dash square equals to 2a into s by 2. Observe that these two equations are same, so we can equate these two. So if we equate here, we have v dash square minus u square is equals to v square minus v dash square. So if we bring this v dash square towards this side and send this u square towards this side, we have v dash square plus v dash square equals to v square plus u square. V dash square plus v dash square is 2v dash square equals to v square plus v square. Then based on that, v dash equals to root over v square plus u square by 2. This represents the velocity at the midpoint of the train. At the midpoint of the train.